Lean management. The essence of lean is to concentrate effort on removing waste while improving process flow to achieve speed and agility at lower cost. The focus of lean is to actually increase the percentage of value-added work performed by your staff in your company. Lean recognizes that most businesses spend a relative small portion of their energies on the true delivery of value to a customer. While all companies are busy, it is estimated for some companies that it is as little as 10% of their time is spent on value-added work, meaning as much as 90% of time is allocated to non-value-added activities or waste. Form of waste include wasted capital in inventory, wasted materials as scraps, wasted time, looking at the cycle time, wasted human effort due to inefficiency and rework, wasted energy, which is energy inefficiency. Lean is a prescriptive methodology for relatively fast improvement across a variety of processes, from administrative to service processes to manufacturing applications. Lean enables your company to identify waste where they exist. It also provides the tools to make improvement on the spot. The Lean focuses on what calls the value stream, the sequence of activities and work required to produce a product or to provide a service. It is similar to a linear process flow map, but it contains its own unique symbols and data. The Lean method is based on understanding how the value stream is organized, how work is performed, which work is value added versus non-value added, and what happens to products and services and information as they flow through the value stream. Lean identifies and eliminates the barriers to efficient flow through simple and effective tools. Lean removes many forms of waste so that Six Sigma can focus on eliminate variability. Variation leads to defect, which is a major source of waste. Six Sigma is a method to make processes more capable through the reduction of variation. Thus, the symbiotic relationship between the two methodologies create a very powerful improvement methodology. Lean is actually a systematic approach to process optimization based on the premise that anywhere work is done, some amount of waste is generated. The goal of Lean is total elimination of waste, which is also sometimes called Muda in Japanese. Through identifying the sources of waste, planning for waste elimination, use of Lean process management and Six Sigma, and also establishing permanent controls that prevent the reoccurrence of waste. The first step towards waste elimination is identifying it. Barbara Witt said, a Lean enterprise is based on the premise that anywhere work is being done, waste is being generated. So the Lean enterprise seeks to organize its processes to the optimal level through the continual focus on the identification and elimination of waste. Historically, the Lean manufacturing has been going on for a very long time, and the phrase Lean is credited to James Womack in 1990. In 1985, we started the craft production. In that time, the advantage of craft production was machines are hardened, they fit on assembly floor, and customization is very advantageous and beneficial. But the disadvantage of craft production is highly skilled workforce, low production rate, you can produce so many, and high cost of production. In 1913, we started mass production, which advantage includes part interchangeability, moving production line, production engineering, and workers don't like to think, leading to you need unskilled labor, high production rates, and low cost. The disadvantage of that mass production is persistent quality problems and inflexible models. In 1955 to about 1990, Toyota came up with the Toyota production system. In this case, workers are considered as problem solver. Workers are process owner enabled through training, upstream quality, minimal inventory, and just in time to eliminate waste, and is also responsible to change. The Toyota production system lead to an advantage of low cost, improved productivity, and high-quality product. From 1993 downward, the concept of Lean enterprise came to bear. That is, Lean applied to all the functions in an enterprise value stream. Optimization of value delivered to all stakeholders and enterprises in the value chain. This led to low cost, improved productivity, high-quality product, greater value for stakeholders. So basically, Lean removes many forms of waste so that Six Sigma can therefore focus on eliminating variability. Variation leads to defect, which is a major source of waste. Six Sigma is a method to make processes more capable through the reduction of variation. Thus, the symbiotic relationship between the two methodologies. So Lean Six Sigma combines the strengths of each system. While Lean, the guiding principle, is based on the operating system, it is all about relentless elimination of all waste based on the creation of process flow and demand pool. It's important to do resource optimization, and it's a basically simple and visual technique. For Six Sigma, it focuses on the voice of the customer. It is basically what the the customer needs. It is a data and fact-based decision-making method. Variation reduction to near perfection is its objective. It's quite analytical and statistically rigorous. So by the time you combine the strengths of Lean, which is efficiency, and the strength of Six Sigma, which is effectiveness, you therefore create an extremely powerful operational improvement, continuous improvement tool or methodology. Employees at some level have been desensitized to waste. That's what we've always done. You hear that in some companies. Lean brings these opportunities for savings back into focus with specific approach to finding and eliminating waste. I tell you that perhaps one of the most criminal employee performance issues in today's organization is generated not by a desire to cheat one's employer, but rather by a lack of regard to waste. In every work environment, there are multiple opportunities for reducing the non-value-added activities that have over time become ingrained and part of the standard operating procedure. These non-value-added activities have become so ingrained in our processes that they are no longer recognized for what they are. They're purely waste. So what is waste? Waste is anything other than the minimum amount of time, material, people, space, energy, etc. needed to add value to the product or service you're providing. The Japanese word for waste is called Muda. Muda is classified into 7 components: overproduction, correction or defect, inventory, motion, overprocessing, conveyance, and waiting. Currently, we also consider underutilization of talent and lack of safety as also some form of waste. Now let's look at each of them. Overproduction, producing more parts than necessary to satisfy the customer's quantity demand, thus leading to idle capital invested in inventory. Producing parts at a rate faster than required so that a work-in-process queue is created. Again, that is idle capital. It actually may be one of the worst form of waste because it contributes to all the other ones. Example of overproduction Muda is preparing extra reports. Report not acted upon or even read, multiple copies in data storage, over-ordering materials, duplication of efforts, and also duplication of reports. Correction Muda. Correction or correcting or trying to repair a defect in materials or parts had unnecessary cost because additional equipment and labor expenses comes to play. An example is the labor cost of scheduling employees to work overtime to rework defects. Example of correction Muda is incorrect data entry, paying the wrong vendor, misspelled words in communication, making bad products, material or labor discarded during production. Inventory Muda. Inventory is a drain on an organization's overhead. The greater the inventory, the higher the overhead costs become. If quality issues arise and inventory is not minimized, defective material is eating in finished goods. To remain flexible to customer requirements and to control product variation, we must minimize inventory. Excess inventory masks unacceptable changeover times, excessive downtime, operator inefficiency, and a lack of organizational sense of urgency to produce product. Example of inventory include transaction not processed, bigger inbox than outbox, over-ordering material consuming hours, over-ordering raw materials just in case. Motion Muda. Any movement of people or machinery that does not contribute added value to the product, that is, programming delay times and excessive walking distance between operators. Examples of motion Muda is extra steps, extra data entry, having to look for something on your computer or within your office is motion. Overprocessing. Processing work that has no correct connection to advancing the line or improving the quality of your product or service. Examples include typing memos that could be handwritten or painting components or fixtures internal to the equipment. It can actually be caused by poor product or tool design as well as from not understanding what the customer wants. So having extra sign-off, reports that contain more information than the customer wants or needs, communication report, emails, contracts that contain more than the necessary points, and voicemail that are too long. Those are examples of over-processing. Conveyance. Incidental is required action that does not directly contribute value to the product. Perhaps it must be moved. However, the time and expense incurred does not produce product or service characteristic that customers see. Sometimes it's called transport Muda. It is vital to avoid conveyance unless it is supplying items when and where they are needed, just-in-time delivery. So when you consider the distance traveled, other examples include extra step in the process, moving paper from place to place. Those are examples of conveyance. Waiting Muda. Idle time between operations or events, that is an employee waiting for machines cycle to finish or machine waiting for the operator to load new parts. That is waiting and it's a form of waste. Processing once each month instead of as the work comes in. Example, showing up on time for a meeting that will start late, delayed work due to lack of communication from another internal group. These are examples of waiting Muda. So at this point, I would like you to think through all the opportunities you have in your office to look for the 5S opportunities and also try to look into your process or your department and identify the 7X opportunity or waste opportunity and plan to remove them. Thank you very much.